Then we'll look at I'm only mentioning what you expect to learn from this lesson. Our emphasis and focus will be on the function. Though we'll be treating distribution. We're also going to look at types of what? Distributions. From there, we'll look at what? Different channels of what? Distribution. Exactly now. Then we are going to look at the agent of what? Distributions. That is going to be, the agent to be very brief. We are only going to combine the agent together, look at the advantage and what? Disadvantages. Now, if you have come across distribution before, how many of you have treated the topic distribution before? And I expect that you are going to give me answer if I ask question, isn't it? The class will be an interactive one, a discussion class. So who can tell me what is distribution? Quickly. We have 1 hour and we have spent time out of it. Yes. Remember, if you say it correctly, I'll give you a husband. Let's continue. Oh yeah, now.
Distribution is the process of making a product available for use or consumption.
It's in the note there. Okay.
It's the process of making a good or service available for use or consumption by the producer or the distributor.
For consumption. Okay, thank you. I think I'll give you 9 over 10. That is 90 over 100. Isn't it? I think that is a distinction already, isn't it? No, I made a promise initially, and I'm giving you that promise. Handsome guy, what's your name? Eh? Speak like a man. Habib. Abim. I don't like the name. I can't pronounce it. What's your name? Be fast. Eh? You are stammering just to call your name. Call your name fast. You are not. You with punk, funky punk. What's your name?
My name is Vado.
Vado. From today henceforth.
Yeah.
Both of you are together. All right. Can we write fast and quickly distribution? Can we write? Distribution is the process. Distribution is the process. Is the process of making a product. Distribution is the process of making a product available for use or consumption. Is the process of making the product available for use or consumption by the producer or provider. Is the process of making the product available for use or consumption by the producer or provider. Full stop. Should I take it one more time?
Yes.
Distribution is the process, are we there? Of making the product available for use or consumption. For use or consumption by the producer or provider. Have you written that down? Full stop. It is also a pathway. It is also a pathway. English students, hope you can pronounce this. Don't go and throw saliva on anybody. It's also a pathway through which the product move from the source or origin. Through which the product move from the source or origin to the final consumers. It's also a pathway through which the product move from the source or origin to the final what? Consumers. Full stop. Now let's explain what you have written down there. True or false? Now in marketing, how many of you know the definition of transportation in marketing?
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. Please, can you tell us transportation in marketing?
Transportation is the movement of goods from one place to another.
From one place to another. That definition I'll give you 1/10. Says the movements of goods from one place to another. I'll give you 1/10, yes? It's still 1/10. In marketing. Yes. Yes, Mola.
This is the definition of goods and services from the source of plants to the final consumer.
Yes. I'll give you 7/10. I think that's 70/100, right? Now, transportation in marketing is the movement of goods from the point of production to the point of what? Distribution. Are we clear on that now? The point of distribution. Now, I'm only trying to look at how transportation is very necessary when it comes to what? Distribution. Is that clear now? Necessary when it comes to what? Distributions. Now, distribution is just simply what? The exchange of goods and services. Isn't it? By what? The seller and what? The buyer. Is that clear now? There must be an exchange of what? Items of what? Value. Items of what? Value. As a buyer, you present money or you present another product in terms of what? Trade by barter. And then the supplier will also sell the item as needed by you, isn't it? Not the item that is not needed by you. You cannot ask for beans and probably I don't know, this is very common in the shop. When you enter a shop and you want to buy a product and you tell them, I need it, the person will refuse to answer your question or pay a deaf ear to your questions. Do you have this? The person no. Instead of saying no, the person say, I have a Fanta. You ask for Mirinda and the person say, I have Fanta. Instead of to say, I don't have Fanta. So whatever that is needed by the consumer is what should be provided for the consumer. Is that clear now? So when goods move from the production point and get to a retail point, that is the distribution center, that it will be readily available for the consumers of that product at a frequent period of time or per period of time or segment of time or time schedule. We refer to that act as what? Distribution. That's what? Distribution. Is that clear now? Are we okay with the explanation of distribution now? Isn't it? If the goods produced does not get to the final consumer, distribution has not taken. Are we clear now? Just imagine if a meal is being prepared in the kitchen by your sister and you have had a quarrel with that your sister before. She finished cooking and locked up the food, hide the key in a purse inside another bag, and then carry the bag and walk out. Have you gotten the food? You have not gotten the food, isn't it? And then she tell you, brother, I am going to come back in the evening. When I come, I'll give you your food. In that case, she has not distributed the food, two of us. So if goods are produced and remain at the source or the origin, the source or the origin is the production center and has not gotten to the hands of the final consumer, or it get to the wholesaler and get to the retailer and they lock it up or hold the goods there. Probably they are waiting for the price to rise up so that they can sell it at costly price. Is that clear now? Or at an expensive price when the distribution has not taken place. Artificial scarcity is happening now. How many of you are aware of that? Even yes, artificial scarcity, where the goods are available, but the two agents of distributions are holding the good bound in the warehouse, not ready to release the goods. If they thought they want to just bit by bit, that the little you see, many customers are rushing for that little. In that case, pushing the price up. It becomes like a bazaar type, where this one say I'll buy 200, this one say no, give me for 300, this one say no, give me for 400, this one say no, I'll buy. That is what they are doing now. How many of you know sachet water, the one you call pure water? It's not really going for distribution now. A bag I bought yesterday was 600 naira. Do you know that which is happening is within the axis of Kurudu down to Rose? Are you aware?
Yeah.
If you are going to Nyanya, to Maraba, it is not like that. A bag is 350 naira there. They are still selling 3 sachet water for 50 naira over there. And they are telling us the materials we are using. No. From Kurudu down to Orozo, that is what is happening. But when you are going from Nyanya to other places, the price is at a minimum rate. What they are doing here is just like one center for pure water will produce today and distribute. Others will wait till the next day. They are following it as if they are on timetable. But as consumers, you have your right. I'm not going into that now. Your right, you have it, but you don't know the right. But we are not going into that now. We're only on distribution exactly now. What I need you to know from the definition is that the goods is said to a particular product is said to be evenly distributed when it get to the hands of the final consumers. And the question is, who are the final consumers? That is the question. That is the answer I expected from you. And if you write that in the exam, I'm going to write -10. It means you'll be owing me marks. If I mark it from another place, I'll deduct it from there. I don't know what is called we. Is it that the group of persons taking weed? Is that what we call we? The final consumers are the final users of the product. And you use the word we. So in the exam, that is what you're going to write. Types of distribution. Types of distribution. Smaller, please be checking time for me. Types of distribution. Number one. Intensive distribution. Intensive distribution. Number one, intensive distribution. Number two, selective distribution. Number three, exclusive distribution. I'll take it again. Intensive distribution, number one. Number two is selective distribution. Number three is exclusive distribution. First off, we are taking it one by one. Like a thief man will say one by each. Any thief person here? No thief person here. Thank God for that. Or Igede people will say, any Igede person here? I don't want to fight on the way. Some could be living closer, but you may not know. They will carry water on their hand, mistakenly pour it and say, sorry, we did not see you. It wasn't intentional. It's just by mistake. Anybody you know, if I'm talking to you, please forgive me. It's just a class. On the way, we are just one, isn't it? We're going to number one, intensive distribution. This involved intensive distribution. This involved the placement. This involved the placement of products. The placements of products in as many sales outlets as possible. Please write what is on the board. The placement involved the placement of the product in as many outlets as possible. Exactly now. Full stop. When I say as many outlets, I'm talking about outlets means what? Intermediaries. Talking about intermediaries. When I talk about intermediaries, I'm talking about shops. Placement of goods in several shops. As many as possible. These products are consumable products. Frequently consumed products. That people patronize oftentimes. That people are in need of every minute, every second. That people buy, they can buy as many as they want or desires. These goods are of cheaper rate. Now somebody can easily buy or obtain. Exactly now. When I talk about outlets, I'm talking about sales outlet, sales shop. sales point or distribution point, as many as possible when these goods are placed there. Exactly now. And I say the goods that are placed in this category under the intensive distribution are frequently consumed products. Example, you can write it down. Example. Examples of such product. Are we there now?
Gary.
Please. Let's go to the gas aspect. Bubble gum. Bubble gum.
Sweet.
Yes. Bubble gum. Have you written that? Yes. Your biscuits. Sweet. The girls, they know them. Sweet. Soft drinks. Can you mention the soft drinks? Please, the girls know better than you. I know the guys. You people take alcohol, no problem. Please, the girls, let's listen to you. Neutral milk. Are you writing them down? Fearless, Tiger Nut. Okay. These examples we have given are examples of product under intensive what distribution. I don't think there is no shop by the roadside that you go to, you will not see sweet, you will not see bubble gum, you will not see biscuit. Why do you like biscuit so much? Are you a girl?
What about granite?
Yes, we can list that. Gary. You must see Gary.
It's not all. It's not.
We not say all the shop in as many outlets as what possible. Not all of them must have, but at least 70 to 80% of the shop must contain this product. Exactly now. Most of the shop here are clustered together, isn't it? In an environment, isn't it? You see one shop, another shop. I think it's that in your community or in your street, isn't it? You mistakenly go to Mama Intonu shop and you don't see sweet there. Mama Ijebu that saw you going to Mama Intonu shop will not answer you when you return back. Will she answer you when you return back?
No.
You will shamefully go back to your house first and then send another person.
That's how I used to do.
That's how you used to do. You go to your house and then send another person. Because
If not, you will not sell for me.
okay, that's by the way. We go to the second one. Selective distribution. Selective distribution. Can we write? Can we write? This involves placing of products. This involved placing of products. Are we there now? In a few outlets. Few outlets. Placing of product in a few outlets. This involves placing of product in a few what? Outlets. Full stop. If you want to write in exam, I will expect that you write sales what? Outlets. Exactly now. Or intermediaries. Exactly to all of us now. Sales outlet or intermediaries. The common name you can have in commerce is what? Shops, provision stores, or stores. Exactly now. Yes, that's what referred to as what? Or distribution point. A lecturer once told us that if everybody become medical doctors, engineers, and other high value professions, there will be nobody that will serve as domestic servants, driver, janitors.
House yes.
Why would you mention house girl? House boy. That you will not see people around. That, or even people, sales girls, you will not see them. Sales boys, you will not see them. But everybody will go to school. But in the later days, many will fall apart, true of us. Just like not everybody will make heaven, isn't it? God is aware of that. That's why He make heaven and what? Hell. But it's going to be very shameful that you are at home washing car for somebody, only to discover that the car you are washing belongs to your former classmates. And then just squeeze out 100 naira note for you and say, "Senior man, I thank you."
Thank you, sir.
Those who want easy life don't find it easy. Those who sacrifice find life very easy at later days. Many of us are from good homes. The only freedom they have is at this lesson ground. Once they are into the gate, they behave themselves. If you tell some parent that your child is like this, they will say, no, my child can't do that in my presence. These products that are under selective distributions are products that are not, you can't find them in every shop. And they are not as cheap as those goods under what? Intensive what? Distribution. Examples. Can we write? Examples. Television set. Can you find television in a provision shop? Handset. That's your telephones. You can write them down. Set of, computer system. Computer system. You can't find them in many shops, isn't it? They are under selective shops. True or false? Then another product we can look at there are equipment and accessories. Equipment and what? Accessories. You cannot go to a provision shop and say, give me a Porsche, isn't it? Can they get it there? Except a Hausa man wheelbarrow, where you can find torchlight, battery for phone, snipers, even drugs. The last type, exclusive distribution. What's your time, please? Okay. Please, at the end of the type, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I expect that you answer from what you have written down exactly now. So while we are teaching, you must not necessarily quote my words exactly now, but you can tell me how you understand the lesson exactly now. Yes. Not trying to memorize what I've stated out for you. Okay. Now, exclusive distribution involve. Exclusive distribution involve. Are we there? The placing of a product. Use the word specific. A specific product. Placing of a specific product in a retail outlet or intermediary. In a retail outlet or intermediary. Placing of a specific product in a retail outlet or intermediary. Should I spell intermediary for you?
No.
If I spell it, each alphabet there costs 200 naira. You can do the multiplication yourself.
No problem.
If you cannot pay now, I know when to come. When the Reverend Father start today, you know the date. That anybody have any impediment where these two should not be, I'll raise up my two hands. That the lady in question is owing me money.
How much?
I will not cost more money that day because the man is happy and I know he's going to pay huge money. Say, sir, let me call my account number. You can send from 50,000 naira and above. I think many of you allow your husband to send that money to me that day. You will not be stingy. You will not be selfish. Say, darling, please, instead of 50, give him 100,000. Let him go and rest. Bouncer will bounce me out. I'll come with my bouncers too. Those guys that are hungry by the street say, let's go. There is free money somewhere. Let's go and collect.
That one I about that.
Now, have you written that now? Or intermediary, isn't it? Full stop. Let me just explain that to you. Are you listening? The word conveniency is used for the number one types of word distribution, which is intensive. Because the goods are placed at your conveniency. True or false? Now, it is also used for this number two. But most convenient is not used for the selective. But the exclusive distribution does not have anything to do with what conveniency. That in a regional or in a particular region or location or geographical location, only a shop or a retail outlet or an intermediary is the one selling this specific word product or distributing this product. That if you need that product, you need to enter a vehicle to somewhere to get it. Are we listening? Many of you have entered vehicle to somewhere to buy a product. True or false? Because you know you can't find it within your vicinity. True or false? You enter a vehicle, or you can even call somebody to help you obtain the product, isn't it? Can we mention those products that are not commonly found in retail shops or common retail shop around? Eh? Somebody say something.
Sir, both.
Let me hear you, please. Let me hear you. Both. What are you really saying? Please call it well so that the English student can correct you. Don't mind them. Furniture. Thank you. Yes, furniture. Not just furniture. Executive furniture. I'm not talking about cut and join. It's cut and join furniture. That one anybody can get it for you. I'm talking about executive furniture that if you sit on it, even your buttock will testify that this is really what furniture. I'm not talking about the one you sit and you start adjusting yourself. Do you have that kind of furniture in your house? That if visitor is say, wait, hold on. Go to this one. Let me manage that place. Do you have that type in your house?
No.
Now once a visitor is coming to sit, you are blocking the visitor. Please sit here, please. Anybody that laughs is having that kind of furniture. If you are smiling and you are laughing, you have it in your house. Or the one that a visitor will sit down, you'll be praying that bed bug will not spread out. Not the one somebody sit and hearing sound under. Rat is now disgracing you. Or the type that somebody will come to you and say, you know, my child urinated on the furniture. Please don't mind the odor. Just manage with me. Then you start blaming the children. Why did you urinate? Is it now that you want to blame them? The furniture is tired and it's smelling already. Do you have that type in your house? If you have that type in your house, raise up your hand so that God will bless you. Are they play, Abby? I'm talking about executive furniture. You mentioned furniture, another product. What about this? I'm not talking about motor. I'm talking about what? Cars. Then if you want to further pronounce the car, I'm not talking about the one that you start and you start calling your name Amos. Amos, I'm not talking about that one. No, some vehicle know the owner's name.
Yes.
As you match your Amos, as you put it for here, it will quench. Each time you receive salary, you divide it into 3. One for mechanic. One for mechanic. Then one for buying of spare part all the time. Then the other one just for your family. The meager amount is for your family's maintenance. The day somebody see you without that car, without that motor, sorry. So where you park your motor now? Okay. Then you now turn and say, look at it over there. I have this mechanic to fix it well. He collected a huge sum and did not fix it well. I am looking for him now. It's a lie because that car is tired of you and you are tired of that car. Exactly now. All right. Then another product, we're talking about car. We have mentioned furniture and what? Car. What other product that you cannot easily find in your region?
Private jet.
Please let me hear you. Marker board.
This one.
This one should be under selective. Yes. Gas. Gas is under selective now. Zinc. Yes. Building materials.
Cement.
Cement is under selective.
Selective, sir. Class selective.
Do you know if you go to Kurudu market here, there are some house building material that you ask, they will tell you they don't have. That they will show you a place that you can go to in Maraba, isn't it? Go and get it. Such products that are not easily found are very scarce. They are under what? Exclusive what? Distribution. Exactly now. I was sorry and I was telling somebody, he says, sir, please, I'll give you an example, but don't laugh. And I said, okay, I won't laugh and I will not be angry with you. That you can find, yes, under intensive distribution. But to find a wife should be under exclusive distribution. Is that true?
It's under intensive.
Wife is under intensive too. Yes, are there. When you are ready to settle down, you will not find a wife material again.
Okay, that means it's exclusive.
It's under exclusive. But are men under exclusive too? They are very scarce, isn't it? But the deceivers are many, true of us. Those with one trouser and they will be promising you heaven on earth. I will take care of you. Anything you need, I will supply. And the person's footwear is a spanner product. The cloth, only cloth hanging on the hanger there is just 2 shirts, that's all. And the hanger is just one, you just put the 2 shirts under one hanger. And he's bringing his mattress out to air every day.
Free to air.
Now, before I proceed, I want to ask you a few questions. I mentioned 3 and I've explained the 3. I think we mentioned 3 under exclusive, isn't it? Okay, let me just ask you questions from what I have treated with you. Now, without looking at your book, and you'll be sincere with yourself, can somebody stand up boldly and tell me, in another word, what distribution really means? The meaning of distribution. Not quoting what I gave to you. I want to really know how you understand it. Yes. Stand up and tell the class, not only me, let them hear you. Face them.
Is what I understand.
Yes, face them. You are now the teacher.
In that case, let me Okay.
Please, we don't have time.
Yes, uncle. Teacher.
Cap it. If you are not right, it will get dried.
Okay. What we learned today about distribution.
The meaning of distribution, not the whole thing we learned. Just the meaning of distribution.
Distribution means what I understand from what he teaches, that distribution means taking goods or product from the point of production to the point of distribution, of distributing.
Thank you very much. You have earned your wife. Point anyone and it's yours.
No, sir. The person have money.
He's a man of God.
Look at them. Anybody from a rich home, you should know.
Anybody from a rich home.
All right. That is distribution, isn't it? It goes from the socks, getting to the hands of the final consumer. And for the goods to get to the final consumers, you must place them at convenience shop where they can obtain them, isn't it? Yes. Now, who can stand up and tell me boldly the 3 types of distribution? I need a gear. Don't explain, just tell me, just list. Yes.
We have intensive, we have selective,
Again,
intensive,
face them.
we have intensive, selective, and
Distribution, isn't it? Choose any of the guy and it's yours.
she don't want any.
No, she would like a fair guy, but no guy is fair here.
So you go down.
All right, I want to point somebody now. If you know you have been looking for my trouble, I will point you. Don't hide your face. Those of you that will see me on the road and pick stone, anointing, stand up. What is an intensive distribution?
This involves the placement of products
In as many outlets. Thank you very much. Thank you. But they didn't hear you. Tell them boldly, you are their teacher.
This involves the placement of products in as many outlets.
Thank you very much. Sit down. Now, after memorizing, I'm coming to you, those of you memorizing. Sister. Don't dodge it now. That boy is not a sister now. I want a brother. Just tell us what is selective distribution. Don't read from book. That Esther friend, one fair girl, if you ask her any question anytime, any day, she will open the book. What do you understand by selective distribution? Your brothers are watching you at home live, so okay. I cannot even hear you. Talk more of the class.
Selective distribution. Are those goods or specific project against the pattern? Like for instance,
A particular shop.
yes,
You are using a particular shop. You have adulterated the meaning. No, I need a guy to help her, and that will serve as a bride price. A guy. Yes, he dodged it, so I'm giving it to you. What do you understand by selective distribution? In a few words, why are you just smiling? A man doesn't smile like that. They will take you, those other evil spirits will take you for granted. Sit down. You have tried. From today, I don't want you to walk around with any other guy except him. You know, okay, you know yourself. This is how we know ourselves. So it is just confirmation, isn't it? I just confirm it. With the power invested on me, or the power vested on me, I declared it, both of you. I didn't pronounce it too. You pronounce before a parent will come and say, what did you do? All right, exclusive. Who can tell me what is exclusive distribution? Yes, Miss Summer. So that next time when you see me, you not pour me water. In a retail outlet. Thank you very much. Thank you. In an outlet or intermediary, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You have all answered correctly. Exactly now. Smaller, what is the work assignment I gave to you?
time is not yet done. Why is it? It's 10:02 now, Dan.
This is 9:48.
9:48.
Let's just use that one.
No.
To do geography.
No. Geography have its own time. Geography start from 10 o'clock
Eh?
to 11.
100%.
Channels of distribution. Can we write on it fast?
All right.
Please, the noise, there is noise oozing out. The noise is coming out. Please, it's making me uncomfortable. When did you enter my class? When did you enter my class? You disappear? Or you just appear in? You appear here. No one. Yes. To go and do what?
Like again, course.
Somebody is calling you in my class. You are not going anywhere. I think that somebody is him. Let him wait.
There is no need.
Can we write? Channels of distribution. Channels of distributions are pathways. Pathways is on the okay. Pathways. Through which pathways through which the product or services through which the product or services pass to the final consumers. Pass to the final consumers. Pathways through which product or services pass to the final consumers. Full stop. If you have written that, you can just pay attention and I will just explain to you. Then go to the types of channels of what? Distribution. Now the goods produced or manufactured by the producer or manufacturers passes through a channel referred to as what? Channels of what? Distribution. Before it can get to the final user of or can get to the final user of that product. I told you initially, the channels of distribution will not be effective. You can call distribution the topic we started with as channels of distribution. I started with function of distribution, isn't it? You can also call it what? Channels of what? Distribution. Production will not be complete if the goods didn't get to the final users. And for the goods to get to the final users, there are agents of what? Distributions. This agent of distributions helps in distributing the product, in the exchange of the product. And without the help of this agent of distribution, I think in comments you refer to them as middlemen, isn't it? Without their help, it will be very, very difficult for the users of this product to get them. Or get them as at when due. So we need the services of this agent of distributions, and for it to function well, you must have efficient channels of what? Distribution. Exactly now. Now, for you to choose a particular channel of distribution or a producer to choose a particular channel of distribution for his or her product, there are certain factors that must be considered, which we will talk about it later. Exactly now. Conveniency, timeliness is very what? Important. Because you may be producing a product at Kurudu here, but your market may not be at Kurudu. When I talk about market, I'm talking about consumers of your product. They may likely be at Orozo or Kerishi or Maraba Lokoabi. Then you may decide to choose a particular channel of distribution that will help get your goods to that place. Exactly now. You may try to have a distributor there. And for you to have a distributor, you may be trying to overtake or overlook the services of a wholesaler. Then you can only get a retailer. In that channel of distribution, you can only have the producer, the retailer, and the final consumers. And also depend on the nature of the product and the nature of the market for you to choose a particular channel of distribution. If your product is a mini product, frequently consumed product, you don't need a wholesaler for that product. Somebody selling Okpa, does that person need a wholesaler?
No.
Your daughter could be the retailer, true of us.
Yes.
Or your daughter's in-law can also be a retailer. Yes, now. If you marry a guy that the mother is an opasela, definitely you must have to say, you want to be a good daughter-in-law. True of us. You wake up as early as 5 a.m., you sweep, you fetch water, feel everywhere. Ah, this is my daughter-in-law. This my daughter-in-law is hard-working person. The guys that are of age of marriage, if they travel to their village during festive period, they will hear things like, my son, or your mother will call you, my son, I have this girl for you to marry. I have been talking to the parent. The girl will come here to sweep tomorrow morning. You say, she has been helping me. She's hardworking. She pack water a lot. And she help fetch firewood all the time. As if you are taking her to the town to go and be Merua. And then when you see this girl coming,
big muscle.
your mother will see now, she's strong, she's agile. Before you know, the girl will enter kitchen with one hairstyle. And then be cooking food for you to eat because they have told that the husband is around, the husband to be is around. She will tie one wrapper. When the kata is disturbing her, she will use that wrapper to clean it and then retie it back. When she want to cut the amala for you, she use the hand and clean the wrapper. So the product, the nature of your product determines the channels of distribution you can take. Exactly now. I know there are producers of products like bread, and they are the same distributor of that bread because they are mobile. They have transportation or transport network that they can distribute their product themselves. True of us. In that case, you are the producer and you are the distributor.
Yeah.
So you only have in that channel also you have the producer and the final consumer, not retailer. Because you are producing and you are at the same time a distributor. So you only have the producer and the final consumer. Please, let's go through. There are products you have obtained. Oftentimes, you look at the label on the product, the price tag is on it, true of us. But you discover you are buying it above the price tag. Have you obtained such a product like that? You just see it 100 naira is written on it, and you are buying it 350 naira. Mini chin chin. Hypo. 20 naira is written on it. That is the company price. And at the same time, you are buying it for how much? 100 naira now. I will tell you when we start looking at the channel, I will tell you why you may not need a wholesaler or you may not need what? A retailer. Let's look at the channels of distribution. When do you have time?
2 minutes.
1 minute left.
1 minute left.
30 seconds.
Smaller, talk to me, don't mind them.
You have 4 minutes left. For what?
Number one channel of distribution. Number one channel. Number one, you have type 1. You have the producer.
One of type 1.
And then you have what?
Final consumption.
Consumer. This is where they sell product at company's price. Type 2. You have the producer.
Wholesaler, retailer,
Type 2. Type 3. Type 3, you have the producer.
I don't care for the I still wanna play with
Type 4, please. Type 4, you have the complete channel of distribution. We have the producer. This is the one you know. These are, you can call it alphabetically and you can number it. You can have type A, B, C, D. And you can have it as type 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly now. Yes. In our next class, I'll be telling you the factors that are responsible for the selection of any of these channels of distribution. You don't just select it because you need it. You select it based on the convenience. And there are factors we are going to list. If I explain the factors, you will know the product that is fit into a particular channels of distribution. If you look at it now, which one does Okpa fall to? Yes. Number one, isn't it? The maker of Okpa is the one selling it. True of us.
the maker and the making.